Hello everyone, this is Fire, and we are playing the Detective Butler Maiden Voyage Murder. More detective games, yay! More reading, yay! But I love detective games, so that's what I'm gonna start doing. Since I don't play computer games that often, I didn't understand the controls. Like, it doesn't tell you the controls for this game. If I press M, it cuts off the music. I press N, like it does a tab type thing. I accidentally pressed load game instead of new game, and I could not get out of the load menu option. Like, I didn't see any other buttons, so this will be interesting. So help me solve a murder. On the Maiden Voyage. That's if Luna doesn't go around stepping on my buttons. This is a work of fiction. Names, characters, and places and instance our imagination. Stop it. On the dark and rainy street of London, a crowd stands hobbled together under an umbrella. In the middle of the circle lies a body. A stab wound to the chest makes it clear. This is a person that has been murdered. Or just stabbed and needs an ambulance before they actually die. Is everybody just literally just staring at the body? And with this, I've solved it! A man wearing a trench coat and fedora emerges from behind the group, and they all turn to face him in shock. Who was this man? Where had he come from? You solved it? Sir, please, tell us what you know. I say, you can't have possibly done so. This here, it's what the bigwigs call an impossible crime. If those men from the yard can't wrap their heads around it, then surely a commoner such as yourself. Hold it! Because I like Phoenix Wright. I may be an amateur, but that wouldn't stop me. Because I get a real kick out of solving these impossible murders. As if the man's words hadn't fazed them in the slightest, the crowd does nothing to stop the man from touching the dead body. By the way, this is a screen capture, and I've never used them. So, hopefully the game isn't going too slow. I'll have to figure that type of stuff out later on. The man reaches into the corpse pockets, smirking once he realizes what's inside. Yep. Just as I thought, if he had these tools on him when he died, then I definitely know how it was done. If I might politely ask, isn't there a problem? It's been raining constantly for the past 3 hours. You've been standing there for the last 3 hours. But as you can see, there are no footprints on the ground here. Save your own. Well, save our own.
This would make this crime impossible.
I found it hard to believe someone could stab this man and walk away without leaving a single footprint. There was a second victim, wasn't it? Killed in an impossible manner as well. Found dead in his study, right? Oh, if I knew I could make this text faster. How did you get up? We haven't told anyone. Never mind that. Okay, wait, so we have a maid? So, there was a murder in a building and now there's a murder outside? So the maid's outside? I don't know, it's interesting. Never mind that. Let me first examine the other victim. Then I'll get to this one. Priest. Right. Please go on. Think back earlier today, when the master was found in his study. The door was locked. A servant had to open it using her key. Then upon inspecting the room, he saw that all windows were locked, and his only key to the room was hidden inside his desk drawer. That's right. That's exactly what happened. It's impossible, I say. You are obviously the murderer. A true locked-room murder. In the morning, while the master was out walking his dog, the culprit approached the door to the study. He then took out some tools and unscrewed the hinges of the door. That's how he got in without using a key. Then the culprit popped some cyanide into the master's tea, which the poor fool carelessly left sitting out. That explains why the room smelled of bitter almonds. Yes, it may be true the room smelled of almonds, but... You think I forgot about the sealed windows? The culprit took apart one of the frames, making sure the window itself remained locked. Then from the outside, they reattached the frame as if it could never be touched. Same as the door. And so that's how the master got poisoned to death? But you still haven't explained the most important part. Who is the one who carried out this devilish deed? All of us gathered here have solid alibis. The culprit. You're surrounding him. The amateur left points to the nearby corpse. I say, it was the master's brother this whole time? If the master were accidentally die, the inheritance would be his for the taking. But when he escaped out the window and climbed onto the roof, that's when the plan went horribly wrong. The master has seen all this coming and concealed a knife throwing trap on his own rooftop. And so the culprit became the victim of the second murder, and our victim becomes the second culprit. Hold on. There's one flaw with this theory. What happened to the knife? It was made of ice, so by the time anyone found the body, it had melted without a trace. The crowd was speechless. Everything had now been revealed to them by this unknown amateur. You can thank me later. I just can't pass up an interesting puzzle. But that's my style. If it's not interesting, I'd bother not solving it. Cheerio. The man faded into darkness. The crowd is satisfied with his explanation of the two recent murders and no longer need the aid of the detective who happened to stay the night in their mansion beforehand. This nameless detective, who suddenly appeared out of nowhere, was more than capable enough. He had matched his wits against a real detective and had constructed a theory that suited the facts perfectly. The only question that lingered in that overconfident amateur's mind is whether or not his theory really was the book's author, what the book's author had intended. Wow, that was super complicated. I mean, it's cool that the guy made a ice knife, pretty much. But what if the ice would have melted by the time he got up to the roof? And interesting enough, I think I remember an episode of Black Butler that had something to do with the doors. So I guess it's possible if you have enough time to take them off the hinges instead of using an actual key. The man was now sitting at the modern-day bus stop. Flips to the next page in his book. Now for fun, let's say this guy was the murderer even though we know that he wasn't the murderer. And he came up with this theory. And everybody just believed him. It would be awesome. My explanation is way better. With a disgusted look on his face, he closes the book and immediately folds his arms. Whoop, I'm bored. Should have brought some more books with me. I'll have to find something else to entertain me now. Another boring day, at least so far. It's the middle of July, and we're going on a cruise. That sounds fairly normal, but I'm not too excited about it. Never saw the point of one, really. My father insisted I go with him. How much longer until we get there? Shouldn't it be docked soon? This car ride is making me sick. You're a complaining butt, aren't you? Hey Gilligan, you feeling okay? You look bored out of your mind. I'm fine, Dad. Are you there yet? Yeah, almost. Galvano. Interesting. You see the seagulls out there? That tells you we're getting close. My father points out several seagulls flying nearby the ocean. That's actually a story to those seagulls from a long time ago when our family used to go to the ocean. Back then, both my father and mother lived here, near the place these seagulls were flying around. My mother really loved animals, so she would see them whenever she could. The two of them often saw those birds hanging around near the beach or the harbor. The seagulls must have left my father with a lasting impression. I told my mother that they reminded him of his favorite TV show as a kid, the one about some people shipwrecked on an island. Shipwrecked? And that's how I got my name, Gilligan. Oh, Gilligan's Island. I've grown used to it by now, but being named after a fictional character sure is weird at first. That said, Galvino is a very strange name too. Maybe it runs in the family. At long last, we find the parking spot and the car goes silent. Since we're finally here, I stop my complaining. I unlock the door and step onto the pavement. The cool summer breeze greets me as I stretch my muscles outside. In front of me rests an enormous cruise ship. I had heard of it, but supposedly it's top-notch and my father has booked a vacation here. Today marks the beginning of the Maiden Voyage, the first voyage ship this makes. So I'm left wondering how a cruise ship is known as top-notch if I haven't even had a single ride. It sounds like the Titanic too. For those that don't know the history around the original Titanic sinking, they made a second Titanic, Titanic 2, which is supposed to be just as big as the Titanic, if not bigger. The ship went by a different name a long time ago. Well, I can't remember it, but they refurbished the whole thing too. But it's almost like it's brand new. Is this the Titanic? So it's a high-class ship that's been completely redone, and will be the ones to experience its first cruise. How do you find out about that? Believe it or not, I'm friends with the captain. You know, company connections and all that. So he told me right away, when he finally got enough money together to start up the cruise again. I see. I guess being the CEO does have its perks. My father is CEO of a rather large company. It's an insurance company, so it sums things up. My family is filthy rich. However, I don't actually do anything for the company itself. At the moment, I only have high school diploma, and I began a course work at a prestigious university. Afterward, I might be able to get something done, but for the most of my life, I've been known as a slacker. I guess that's what happens when you're spoiled. Ashamed that my high school GPA was under 4.0, my father pulled a few strings and got me accepted into his preferred university. Yeah, he totally cheated the system. What a nice guy. He wants me to run the family business or whatever, to become just like him and take over the company someday. And to do that, he'll want me to get into the best school possible. I have no choice but to go along with his plans. I don't know what I want to do anyway. Maybe I should become a doctor or a lawyer. Sewing on my father's dreams is as good as anything, I guess. It does feel a little depressing knowing I have no clue what I want to do. What I want to become though. But if I can't be helped, it can't be helped. Well shoot, that's how people is in most of their life. My thoughts are interrupted by the footsteps of an unknown person. It's the man in black. Mr. Golder? A tall man approaches us wearing a jet black suit and sunglasses. That's me. Did Jack send you down here to pick us up, as I asked? Correct, sir. And you are Gilligan? Yeah, I'm Gilligan. Understood. Follow me this way, please. The man leads us through these various security procedures. The customs people scan our luggage as they do with everyone and allow us onto the ship. Thank you for your cooperation. The cruise will begin shortly, but this ship will remain solitary for the time being. So please, make sure everyone in your party is here before departure. Right, I'll make sure everyone's here. Take care. The man in black leaves, returning to the monitor outside of the ship. Hey, Galvano. What? Hey, Galvano. You made it. You were almost late. An attractive young woman comes running towards us, waving her hand at my father. Am I supposed to know who she is? Wahaha! Well, I'm here, aren't I? No reason to worry, my dear. Oh, and you are Gilligan. Oh, it's your father's girlfriend. I'm assuming your mother's dead, right? She points her hand at me. Yeah, Gilligan Golder. Nice to meet you. Elijah Jones? Lisa? We're gonna call you Lisa. Nice to meet you. Your father told me about you. Haha, I suppose he does like to brag. I can only wonder what he's been saying about me. Is it good or bad? That's right. You two haven't met before. I told you I invited all the company's executive board members here, didn't I? Lisa is the CCO. Chief Commercial Officer. And you, Gilligan? Huh? I'm not a company member. I've never seen the inside of the building. Oh, wow. Wahahaha! Someday you will, someday. Lisa turns around, waving at the two people that I haven't seen before. Are these two also with the company? Ugh. You run too fast, Lisa. No real hurry, you know. Although considering it's Galvano, it wouldn't have been too surprising for him to miss the ship. Hey! I might be getting a little slower in my age, but I'm still Galvano. Underestimating me would be a careless mistake. Says the person who missed his flight to California. That's the reason we ended up so close to being late again here. But we did get here in time, didn't we? And that's all that matters in the end. Wahahaha! Oh, so you are... What? Should I even make up voices? Oh, are you... Gilligan? I was wondering when we get to meet you. Did they add an extra I? Howard, Chief Operating Officer. I'm just gonna call her Calico. Or else I'm gonna end up calling her Blake. So Calico. Chief Financial Officer. It's a pleasure to meet you, Gilligan. The two of them stretch out their hands and I comply. Nice to meet you both. Sorry if I'm a bit more boring than my father's stories led you to believe, haha. Oh, come on now. We've just met you, but I bet by the end of the cruise we'll have lots of fun memories. I hope so. Do you like games, Gilligan? Yeah. Who doesn't? Of course. Then perhaps we should play a little icebreaker game to get to know one of each other. I can't tell you all about Gilligan, you know. You see, when he was a little kid... What? Hey! There's no need to embarrass me. You know, maybe we can save this game for later. Gilligan probably wasn't expecting to be barraged with questions. Yeah, that's... The ship suddenly shakes, and I jump back in response. We must be ready to take off. Lisa giggles, but I can't help that I get scared so easily. There's a reason I don't like engine noises. If I had to answer one of these icebreaker questions, that reason would probably be the thing I'd tell people. What? However, it brings up some bad memories, so I try and avoid mentioning it whenever possible. I try to block out that part of my memory whenever possible too. Thinking about my past makes me sick. My father approaches one of the suited men and asks him something I can't hear. Then the two of them approach our group. Please follow me. At Mr. Golder's request, I'll guide you through the ship of a short tour. It won't take very long. The five of us follow the man into the interior of the ship. I wonder if this is a chapter game. Welcome aboard the ship. Today we will be her first voyage since 1962. The ship has completely been refurbished, although the layout remains exactly the same as it was 50 years ago. The first deck is off limits to passengers as the engine room, boiler room, and the employees room are located there. Please follow me around the second deck. This door leads to the dining hall. Originally large parties had held there, complete with ballrooms and performances on stage. We will do our best to recreate the original atmosphere to have performances of our own. The tour continues until we finally reach the fifth deck. Mr. Golder has requested 4 rooms for you on this floor. The guest rooms here are twice as large as the ones below this deck. They all contain a bedroom, sitting room, balcony, bathroom, and closet. So which rooms are ours? Rooms 202 through 505 are the rooms you selected during reservation. They are all next to each other along this wall. Here are the card keys. The man holds out 4 keys. Each one has a room number distinctly marked on them. If you lose any keys, we may come to the front desk and ask for assistance. The maid assigned to your floor will help you. One last thing. The 6 staff can be reached via the stairs at the end of the hall. From there, you'll be outside on deck and you can reach the captain's room as well. Are there any remaining questions? Yeah, how did your face get so chiseled? Then please, enjoy your stay. If you need anything, We will be at your service. The suited man bows before exiting down the hall. He goes upstairs, presumably to the captain's room on the 6th deck. Alright, everyone, we'll meet up in this hallway for dinner around 6. I've also reserved VIP seating and asked for the best cook they have. It'll be an amazing dinner. He's so enthusiastic. The other company members nod in agreement, saying their farewells to us. The other company members nod in agreement, saying their farewells to us, and they then go into their separate rooms. My father and I will stay in the same room. I was a last-minute addition, and all the other rooms were taken, so I worked out like this. Luckily, there are 2 beds for us to sleep on. For that reason, there is only one key to the room. It's horrible and convenient, but I heard most cruise ships are a pain, so I'll deal with it. We enter the room. My father walks over to one of the beds and settles his luggage down. I do the same on the bed across the room. We begin unpacking using the dresser opposite of the beds to store our things. Near the dresser is a plasma TV as well as a closet. Hey Gilligan, did you see this balcony over here? The view's great! My father walks onto the balcony, taking a good look outside. I pay it no mind. The open door to the bathroom. There's a girl in the bathroom? Suddenly I see a girl standing in total shock. She looks around my age and wearing some kind of uniform. Ah! The girl jumps back, frightened at the sight of me. Sorry? Still shaking from nervousness, she doesn't respond. What's going on over there, Gilligan? My father finally looks over and sees a girl cowering behind the bed. What the? Not even an hour into cruise and you're already making women cry? Get your act together, boy. What? I didn't do anything. I don't care where this girl came from. She could be an alien for outer space for all I care. Now apologize to her. But I don't even know what I did wrong. How many times do you think I know what I did wrong when I apologized to your mother? Now don't drag her into this. Please stop. It's my fault. The girl stands up, wiping the tears covered her face. She makes an awkward, forced smile. You see, the cruise ship maids shouldn't be seen cleaning the room. We're supposed to do all the cleaning while the guests are away. So when I heard you two coming in, I got scared and hid. I'm sorry. Ha 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 ha. Don't worry about it, miss. Yeah, don't worry about it. In fact, I think it's livened things up here. It did? It did, then as the employee of the ship, I'm glad I've made your cruise more enjoyable. After looking a bit flustered, the girl takes a minute to regain her composure. Well then, I should probably leave now. I still have a few rooms I need to clean. If you need me, just call. So her name is Cecilia, I think? She waves her hand, almost like a silhouette, and dashes out of the room, the door shutting behind her. Ha ha ha! Well, wasn't that interesting? Already met a cute girl. Yeah. With that incident finally over, I step into the bathroom. Oh, so she left the key ring in here. She must have forgotten it in her hurry. It has a good number of regular metal keys attached. Guess I should do the right thing and return them to her. I leave the room hoping to return the keys to that maid, but she's nowhere in sight. See, now his hair is like this blue color again. Isn't his hair like brown like his father's? Nearby, standing in the front of one of the doors in the hallway, is a man in a trench coat and fedora. Oh wait, they're two different people. Who is this person? He isn't anyone I know, nor is he another company member or employee, so he must be a normal passenger. I can't quite put my finger on it, but a guy like this seems to be out of place here. Maybe it's the goofy looking outfit he's wearing. What are you staring at? Oh, nothing. Looks like you need something. Spit it out. Have you seen the maid? She left her keys in my room. Yeah, she's cleaning my room at the moment. Kinda pissed me off being so incompetent. Then can you give these to her? I raise the keyring in the air, dangling in front of him. He gives me a questionable look before swiping the keys from my grip. You're awfully trusting of total strangers. A bit too much, in my opinion. Don't worry though, you can trust me. I'll return these keys for you. I've had people tell me that before. I'll keep that in mind, thanks. I walk back into my room and knock on the door to be let back inside. This cruise ship really has strange people on it. I'm going to head out to the bar. What about you? I think I'll just watch television for a while. Alright. Remember, we'll meet up here with the others for dinner in the hallway at 6:30. Wait. I thought he said that they were supposed to meet in the hallway at 6 o'clock. Don't be late. Right, I won't. Have fun. My father leaves the room with a somewhat disappointed look on his face. I'm sure he wants me to do something other than watching television in here. Duh, you're on a cruise ship. If you want to watch television, you can go watch television at home. I went on a cruise ship and I didn't watch television. But I don't really feel like doing anything else. Like, cruise ships has free food. And there's actually activities to do. But don't bring your credit card, because if you like going to the casino, you're going to end up going broke. There's casinos on the ship. And I spent probably $30 or more on stupid crane games trying to get the money. Even when I try to live up to his standards, I always mess something up anyway. So I might as well relax and enjoy myself at the very least. I look through the balcony screen door. San Francisco still in plain view. The ship hasn't yet departed. Soon enough, the coastline won't be visible anymore and will be separated from the land by several miles of water. In a few days, we'll be back in our daily lives as if this vacation never happened. Time sure does fly when you're having fun, huh? that was chapter 1. Achievement unlocked. Setting sail. Now that I think about it, I don't know how to save this game. So I'll just keep going and hopefully I'll be able to edit it. Maybe. Because I still can't edit. Let's see. It's almost time to head out for dinner. Is there an autosave on this game? After only a few minutes, I'm all set to get going. These doors have automatic locks, meaning that the door locks on its own as soon as it closes. The only way for us to open each door is to use its unique card key. This is a lot of reading. But no, I think I'm going to stop the video here. And I will see if this autosaves. If not, I will play the first chapter again. And we will get to chapter 2, and then I will figure out how to save. So what do you think of all this monologuing? Soon we'll be able to do some real detective work. So I'll see you again in the next chapter.